Hi everyone. November is National Novel Writing Month, the great time of the year when thousands of writers from across the world participate in a month of insanity. Basically, all these writers agree to participate in the National Novel Writing Month challenge, Nanowrimo. The challenge is to write a 50,000 word novel in 1 month, in 30 days. Yeah, people forego sleep right when they're supposed to be working. They lose friends. Well, not really. I don't know anybody who's actually lost a friends over this thing, but they give up family and friendships. They write through Thanksgiving. It's a lot of fun. So this year I am not participating in National Novel Writing Month, but I've participated 5 or 6 years in a row. I don't remember the exact number. And I completed the 50,000 word count within the month. I'd say about half the time, so 3 out of the 6 years. So basically, even though I'm not participating this year, I thought that since there are probably some new NaNoWriMo participants and even some old ones, I'd share some of my tips, tricks, and not quite cheats to getting through the 50,000 words.
1. Don't delete anything.
One of the good things about National Novel Writing Month is that it doesn't have to be perfect. So you don't have to delete anything. Save that for revision. Revision is the time after National Novel Writing Month when you have your completed novel. That's when you can go back in and cut out all the stuff that you didn't like. But during NaNoWriMo, leave the stuff in there because it helps you get to your word count.
2. Jump around.
Every story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. But there's no hard, fast rule that says that you have to start the story at the beginning and finish it at the end. You can write the story in any order you want to, and I'm sure there's some writers who do. But for National Novel Writing Month especially, you want to keep excited about your story. And inevitably when you're writing a novel, at least for me, there comes up these scenes where it's a little bit like drudgery. You're just torturing yourself as you're writing it. So instead of writing the scene that's a little bit painful, a little bit more difficult, go ahead and skip ahead to the scene that's more exciting. Skip ahead to the scene where the princess is finally revealed, or a sex scene, or a fight scene, or whatever scene excites you, because that keeps you writing, and the point of NaNoWriMo is just to put words on the page.
3. Dares and prompts.
It's definitely a good idea to check out nanowrimo.org, where you can find prompts, challenges, and dares. Prompts basically start you off they have a beginning sentence for you, and you use that to help start your chapter. Dares are items, props, characters, scenes, stuff that you basically have to try to fit into your work. The idea is to turn off the internal critic. So by writing towards a prompt or a challenge or a dare, you are given freedom to let it be silly, to let it be odd, to let it be wrong. Because like I said before, you can edit all the stuff that you don't like out.
Number 4. Plot ninjas are your friends. Hiya!
Plot ninjas, sometimes known as plot bunnies, are arbitrary events that you throw into your story to jumpstart it. One common example might be you have a medieval castle and the characters are sitting around having a political discussion at dinner time, and it's not a very interesting scene. So to kind of jumpstart your brain, you might have ninjas just fall from the ceiling for no particular reason. It has nothing to do with your plot. It's a way of keeping you writing. They're a lot of fun to do. So basically, any time that you are feeling slow or bored by your novel, because it happens as a writer, and NaNoWriMo is especially hard because you're writing so many words at once that it can be hard for some writers to keep going. So that's when you just throw a plot ninja in there to scramble things up a little bit, and then it just sort of keeps you going keeps you writing on to the next scene.
5. Be competitive. B-E, competitive. Go fight, win!
I definitely suggest that you get into it and be competitive with Nanowrimo. It's a lot of fun, especially if you can have a partner or a friend that you can get involved with. I had my sister writing with me, writing her own novel while I wrote my novel for a couple of years, and we would compete to see who could get the most words the fastest. And it just sort of kept things fun and interesting, and it kept you wanting to write because you really just wanted to beat the other person. And if I was ahead, I would totally egg her on, telling her how much, get in her face,
I got 1,500 words. What are you going to do about it?
that kind of stuff. If you don't have somebody in your personal life, get to know the writing groups online. You can go to local events, coffee shops where writers gather en masse in a coffee shop, take it over, and you can propose a word war. Everybody has a time limit, 10 minutes to half an hour to an hour. Do a challenge of who can write the most words in that amount of time. If you don't have a writers group that you can go to, if you're better on the computer, go to the forums. You can find people online who are willing to do word dares, and you can just do the same thing. Propose a word. It's not a word dare, it's a word war is what they call it. Just propose 10 minutes, see who can write the most for those 10 minutes. Like Nanowrimo, you're really only competing against yourself. It's just fun. Do word wars, be competitive, find somebody to compete against, because part of the love of Nanowrimo is the fact that we're all in it together. Everybody is part of this crazy challenge of writing 50,000 words in a month. Okay, so there you have it, my 5 tips for getting through Nanowrimo. And just remember that you don't have to have a perfect, great American best novel that you can send off to your publisher. You can let it be a first draft, because you can edit anything you don't like out afterwards. So yeah, if you're interested in learning more about Nanowrimo, and I know this is halfway through the event, but go to nanowrimo.org and have fun with it. And good luck with all your novels, you writers out there. I'm sure some of you will come up with some very interesting and fun and amusing stuff. And most of all, just have fun. Bye.